Good afternoon, everyone. This is Karen Maxwell with Real Impact Plano, and I have with me today Alexandra Stokes and Tyler Austin with New Western. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Well, what we're doing today is we are interviewing Alexandra and Tyler for them to explain to us how New Western works with real estate investors because they are going to be presenting at our expo that we have coming up March the 3rd and 4th in Denton, Texas. Now, if you'd like to participate in our expo, you can get your tickets by going to realimpactplano.com. Let me throw that up there. You can go to realimpactplano.com and click on the Building Your Dream Team, Building Your REI Dream Team tab and snag your tickets. And make sure to use the promo code Plano to save $100 off your tickets. So, with that said, we're going to jump right into talking with Alexandra and Tyler. So, Alexandra, you want to get us started?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Karen, for having us on today. We are happy to be here and share any information that we can with folks that are looking to get started in investment real estate, or if they are seasoned and are looking to maybe add more properties to their portfolio or potentially expand that portfolio into commercial opportunities or land for development.
That's awesome. Great.
Yes, yes. So
Tyler,
there's a simple, I'm
no, go ahead.
sorry.
You're fine. Go ahead.
There's a simple process to get started with us. Basically, if you're in the market for investment properties, we operate an off-market investor marketplace. So our properties are not going to be anything that you see posted anywhere on a specific website. You basically have to be working with an agent, and that means receiving emails. We do have a disclosure that we ask for individuals to agree to before we will share our properties with you. That is not any kind of representation agreement. It simply is an NDA that states you're not going to try to potentially cut us out of a deal going directly to the seller or tenant. It also explains as well that the properties are sold as is, which I'm sure we will discuss more on here today.
Absolutely. You mean you're not going to go make it look all pretty for me?
That's right. We don't do that, but we will make sure that that title's clear for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you sharing that because that is a concern that a lot of people have is if I'm signing a non-disclosure agreement, what exactly am I signing? So I always just tell people, make sure you read it. And then I'll even have
Absolutely.
a conversation and say, let me just make sure I'm understanding correctly. I'm not saying that I'm going to be exclusive with you as my real estate agent or anything like that. You're just giving me access to the property and the
Absolutely.
information about the property. And that protects you guys as well as protecting us. So, it's appreciated.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, great. Well, why don't you tell us about the different types of properties you guys sell?
So we actually get quite a few different properties. Our main bread and butter, I'm sure as most people know, is, single family residential. Being that we have been in business since 2008, a lot of our investors have expanded their portfolios. And in that, we've made a lot of connections with folks that are moving land as well as commercial opportunities. Um, our main region of focus specifically in our office is Denton County on up to the Oklahoma border with the surrounding counties, really focusing on the north and the west.
Okay, and so what if someone is outside of those areas?
Absolutely reach out. Our company, we operate a large portion of the state of Texas. So if I do not specifically have a property, I can probably connect you with one of my partner agents that will.
That's great. That's great. Now,
Yes.
are you a real estate agent yourself, Alexandra?
Yes, so we are all licensed realtors. We just do not do any representation,
Okay.
which really goes back to the disclosure. I do a lot of business with licensed agents, brokers. folks that really can benefit from supplying off market leads to either their clients or their own portfolio. With that being said, when you receive a property to review from us, you actually get a full compilation information packet full of recently flipped comps, rental comps, any pertinent information like a foundation transferable warranty, maybe a survey. All of that information's provided to you so you can review it and decipher if this is something that you would be interested in pursuing. All of our properties as well, you're able to physically go walk these properties. Of course, you do have the option to buy them sight unseen. And in some cases, our properties are fit with a 3D walkthrough video, and will be able for each investor to do a walkthrough. Sorry about that background noise. I've got a sales team in there that likes to jam the music, so give me just a bit. That'll be turned down once someone receives my text.
Well, I like the atmosphere regardless.
Yes, absolutely.
So the investor could theoretically get everything that they needed to make a decision. Do I want to go spend my valuable time to go look at the property because I have all the data that you have available, plus a walkthrough video if available. And I'm sure that y'all don't like hide things. Like I have people send pictures of, they'll step in front of the pile of junk, or they won't send pictures of the bad stuff. I've always been like, look, if it was a good property, it probably wouldn't be at a discount.
Sure
So
thing.
why would I hide that? And I mean, I had people coming up from the Metroplex often and drive 2 hours, and they would say
Sure.
it was
Absolutely.
just as you described it.
Yeah.
It's a bad
Yeah. I
property.
mean, it's definitely one of those things. You want to know what you're getting into. And of course, the best policy is full transparency
Right.
and getting the information in front of you. And one thing about it is we're a high volume business, meaning, hey, if this property doesn't work for you, I'm going to have another one that's going to come out and it's probably going to meet your criteria. Let's move on to the next one. And as well, if an investor is starting out, let's say, they're not full cash yet, maybe they need a lender. We've got a sector of our business as well that provides investors with the ability to review many different lenders' options.
Oh, that's cool.
And so, for example, if we're going to walk a property and we get there and we're running the numbers and it's a little bit more than you wanted to spend, maybe you still think it's a good deal, but you'd like to use some hard money to get started. We've got a portal process with our company where we've reviewed the best lenders in the area and they've formulated packages for our investors. Now, this ranges anywhere from fix and flip all the way to 30-year rental programs, as well as scrape and builds for residential lots. So there's a lot of opportunity there, and our main focus is to inform the investors and set them up for success so they do have those tools in their belt to have a successful project.
Well, that's a great service that you guys provide. Is that available right there on your website?
So I'm not sure how they have it linked on the website. If anyone does have an interest in kind of finding out more about what lenders and what packages they would be approved for, I'm happy. You can shoot me a text, shoot me an email. We can, strike up a conversation in regards to that. It's really a simple process, and you're able to review different packages based on not only the specific project, but multiple lenders have different setups with their projects. So
That is something I try to stress to people a lot. It's like number one, I heard you say if this property doesn't work for them, there'll be another property. So
right.
many people get that yes from their seller, and then they panic, and then they just really try to make it work. And my rule is never try to make it work. Like it either works or it doesn't. Now, I'm not saying you don't negotiate, but
Sure.
like so, I've seen people lose deals because they just make it too complicated. And I'm like, you had him buying the property. You were getting a hell of a deal, and you messed it up by starting to talk about other options. Like you got your yes, you were signing the contract, and then you opened your mouth and you blew it. And so that's just don't try to make it work, but don't overcomplicate it.
Sure.
And yeah, if it doesn't work for you, don't stress over it. Just there's gonna be another deal. There'll be another deal next month, next year, next week, tomorrow. Don't sweat the small stuff. It's just there's too much worry in this world to be worried about losing a deal or missing out on a deal. So
For sure. There's plenty of the pie to go around.
absolutely, absolutely. Okay, well, Tyler, how about you? What do you want to talk about this afternoon?
Well, Stokes has said some great stuff. She explained our business pretty well. Yeah, we buy and sell property. We do probably about 15 to 25 deals a month in Denton and Grayson County specifically. If you're looking out, like we're going back to what you said before, if we're looking outside of Denton County, if you see something in Tarrant County or Dallas County, we have 5 offices in DFW. It's where our companies are really based. We have about 45 offices around the country, and almost most major markets in the U.S. So we do this across the country. Yeah, we are a high volume business, like Alexandra was saying. If there is a deal that comes across your desk that you were not able to grab in time, that's probably going to happen more often than not because our deals are competitive. Sometimes we put out extremely good deals that you will not find anywhere else, and they get snatched up quickly.
Right,
You may not have time to walk the property, but we do our best in explaining the detail of each property as they come out. So there's not going to be hidden surprises. You know everything that we know, and the licensed brokerage aspect of us shows our professionalism, shows our transparency, shows our attention to detail, and our insistence on having repeat customers. So if you get screwed over on one deal, you're not going to want to come back to us. That's why we make sure you want to keep coming back to us. So we have
right.
repeat sellers and repeat buyers.
I tell you, some of the best wholesalers I've talked to in the last 6 months have been from New Western. One girl was up in, I want to say she was around Grapevine, but I don't think that's the right city. Her name was Iz Gordon. I think she's moved back to
Yeah,
California.
she's in California now. Yeah, she was a sales agent in our office.
Lovely lady. Really liked her. Yes, as a matter of fact, that's where I met her, was at the Denton meeting where you were last night, Alexandra. Was that last
Nice.
night? It was
It
last night.
was last night.
Feels like it was like a week ago. So
Yeah.
let me turn around now. And then there's a lady named Ruby that was working with you guys down in Austin. And so she was great. And then there's a guy named Ross, I think.
Yeah, we're at 40. I think we have 44 offices, I believe now. So we are in most major markets. Offices in Florida, California, like mentioned before. We're going up north now. We're in Chicago, Boston, Philadelphia, Carolinas. There's a lot of room to do this type of business. So you can meet people all over the country that have done business with us.
And do you guys see a lot of people coming from other states and investing in the Denton market?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, just as you've seen in any aspect of really, whether it be residential real estate or, retail real estate, people are flocking to DFW. It's a very, very growing market, as everybody knows.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always astonished when I see the numbers from deals in California. I'm like, come to Texas. I do like that you guys, I didn't realize until you said it a while ago that y'all are in Grayson County as well. That's where I got my start, was up in Grayson County.
Oh.
And so I didn't put that together. And I remembered, I thought Devin was on last week and she told us about a property up in Denison. So I'm like, or Sherman. So I like that area. I like the little 2-bedroom, 1-bath up in Sherman and Denison.
Yes, we
You
do a
got
lot of
your-
those.
That's
Yeah.
right. Cream of the crop up there.
But I tell you, it's not like it used to be. I could buy properties. The ARV on properties when I got started in 2014 was $80 a square foot in the 75090 area code and $100 a square foot in the 75092 area code. So that has definitely changed.
Definitely.
I was astonished. And I'm guessing, I mean, I really don't know why, other than the fact that the east side of town is where you're more rental, more affordable housing. A lot of rentals over there. Not so many great, huge, expensive homes, and that's where the older homes were. And a lot of flippers going in over there. I mean, I love that side of town.
Are you talking about Denison?
Sherman.
Sherman, okay.
Yes,
Yep.
Sherman. Yeah.
Yep.
Denison, I don't really remember having a divider line. It was just all kind of the same.
Yeah.
We just really loved it. So, well, Tyler, tell us about the disposition, or whichever one of you wants to talk about it, the disposition side of working with New Western.
Well, I only do acquisitions. Alexandra would be a great speaker on dispositions.
Okay. Alexandra, you want to talk about that?
Sure, absolutely. We generally have, like I said, about 40 to 50 properties a month that are off market that we move to investors. There are two different ways that our properties are sold. And if you're actively looking for a property, definitely connect with one of our agents and see if we're a fit for you, to start reviewing more projects. So there's two different ways our properties are sold. The first way, it's a showing. So the information packets, like I was telling you, that we put together, you'll receive those in your inbox. If a property is occupied by either a seller or a tenant, we're going to schedule what's called a showing on the property. And all that is everyone's given the information, you review it, see if it's something you're interested in. And then generally a couple days later, we're going to have a 1-hour block of time so interested parties can arrive at the property and physically walk the property. It's different than buying at the auction from us. You're able to physically walk these properties. You're more than welcome to bring your contractor with you if you'd like. These hours are specifically created where you're able to dig deeper into the investment. At the end of the hour, your bid is going to be due, and we accept offers over the purchase price listed on the packet. At the end of the hour, let's say the showing is from 1 to 2 o'clock. At 2:01, the house is awarded to the best bidder.
Oh.
From there, you have 1 hour to get your signed contract and down payment submitted. That secures the property as yours. So once you've got your contract signed, your down payment, the property's yours. We accept $5,000 down payment for anything under $150,000, $7,500 for anything over that threshold. Of course, that's subject to increase for high-end properties, commercial or land.
Sure. Now, I guess you wouldn't hold a property for $5,000 that was worth $2 million.
That's right. Yes, we do not. So a little bit too easy to back out of that one, or walk away from closing the transaction. So we've learned a few things in our days.
Standard earnest money on a house is going to be 1%, so you're going to be around that mark with us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So the second way our properties are sold is going to be first come, first serve. It's just as it sounds. The first investor that places their signed contract and down payment on the property is awarded the property. There is no bidding. So let's say you're interested in locating a property in Carrollton. So we're sitting in our morning meeting. Tyler has a deal coming out. He went and walked over the weekend. He's going over what repairs are needed, what subdivision it's in, and when the information's going to release. Well, if I know that Karen's looking for a property that meets this criteria, I'm sitting on my phone saying, hey,
be ready.
These are the specs. This is what it needs. Does it sound like something you want? Karen texts me back, yes. Send me the information and text me once you email it. Great. This one's occupied by a seller. The showing's not going to be till Friday at 2 o'clock. So I send Karen the email. She reviews the packet, all the pictures, the 3D walkthrough if we have it. Calls me back. Hey, Alexandra, I want to go check this one out. See you Friday at 1. Friday by 2 o'clock, we submit your offer. Karen's awarded the property as the best bidder. We get her contract signed, her down payment in, property's Karen's. We generally have about 1 to 2 weeks before we close. Now, generally 24 to 48 hours after everything's closed and funded, it's yours. You're able to access the property as long as it's vacant.
Sure.
You're able to go in and start your repairs immediately.
Well, that's really awesome. And what if I have a property that I want to sell that I can't sell?
You come to us. We'll give you a cash offer, and we will sell it to our investors. We are a very efficient machine for selling property. Oftentimes, very good wholesalers who do a lot of deals per month. This happens weekly. They do a lot of deals per month. They'll have a great deal. They're not able to sell it. They have 2 months in their option period with the seller. They've spent a month trying to sell this property. They'll send it to me. I will sell it in a couple hours because we have such a wide reach. So we are a machine for selling property. Not only do we not only sell property to investors, we buy property from investors. So a lot of investors, when they start searching for their own deals, they come across deals that they may not want to do themselves. There may not be the margins they're looking for. It may not be in their specific target area. They may have too much on their plate, but they still can make money off it by assigning it to me, and I will sell it to somebody else. So they can get it for 100. They sell it to me for 110. I'll sell it for 120, 115, and go from
Everybody's
there.
happy.
Exactly.
So Tyler,
go ahead.
Can I ask a question? What if they don't know what to offer on a property, but they think they've found something that may work for an investor?
Well, that happens every day. I deal with that question on a daily basis. Come to me, bring me the address. I will run the deal and give you the numbers. We, as licensed agents, we have access to the MLS. We have the most up-to-date, accurate information on property value that you're going to be able to find in North Texas. And it's all of our offices are like that. So any market we're in. But if you have 123 Main Street, I'm not sure what this is worth. Maybe 115, maybe 120. Tyler, how much is it worth? I'll say, here's a comp down the street. Here's a comp down the street. Here's a comp down the street. It's worth 115. Solid. It's going to appraise at 115. That's really what we're looking for. We're looking for what an appraiser is going to think. And I will advise you the whole way.
That's great. You said, Alexandra, you said that y'all talk about it in the morning and y'all have a discussion about when it's going to come out. Are y'all listing these on the MLS, or y'all just strictly keeping them in your firm?
So all of our properties are specifically available to investors that we've pre-screened and work with. So we operate an investor marketplace, and we stay busy with folks that reach out and say, we're ready for another one on our portfolio, or keeping the crew busy. So we're constantly working with other investors, moving these deals. It's a very quick turnaround.
Okay.
Yeah, we do not list property on the MLS. We don't hold property. We don't represent. Yeah, we are a licensed brokerage. We don't necessarily function as a brokerage.
Right.
We essentially are just a large buyer and seller of property.
Gotcha. Well, that's great, because you guys know that's the thing with investors. We're looking for quick. We want to make money, and we want to get a good deal. And
Sure.
when we're ready to move forward, we're ready to move forward. And Alexandra, you said earlier in your example, if I wanted that property, I wouldn't wait until Friday to go see it. If it was a property that I knew and I had a relationship with you guys and I was able to see those pictures and see that walkthrough, and I would understand that. But I bet y'all get a lot that as soon as it hits, it's gone.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yes.
Especially
Absolutely.
because people are saying there's no deals. There's no deals. No, there are deals out there.
Well, I'm sure. Exactly. And I'm sure a lot of the folks watching are interested in knowing, okay, wait, y'all are licensed agents. Y'all do no representation. Well, how are y'all getting paid if y'all don't charge a commission? So when you do a transaction with us, there's 2 fees that you're going to incur. You're going to incur the closing costs we incur on the front end.
Mm-hmm.
We streamline those, tack them onto you at the end. Then you're going to incur a $395 service fee.
Okay.
That's it. So it's pretty easy math. Once we start looking at deals, there's not a lot of guessing involved. It's pretty straightforward whether you're buying cash or you're going to use a loan. If we're out at a property and Karen decides she wants to use hard money and buy 5 houses versus 1, we're going to send Courtney the packet of the same packet we're looking at. We're going to send her what your ideas are, where you think your ARV is going to be. We're going to tally up what the rehab's going to be, shoot those numbers over to her, and then she's going to turn around and give you 4 different options of loan programs that you qualify for to fund that transaction. So we eliminate, as much of the guessing as we can, and really focus on bringing y'all properties with a clear and marketable title in need of repair that you can get into quick, turn around and repair it, and move on to the next project.
Yeah, we take a lot of the guessing out of it. That's really one of our biggest strengths for buyers. We take a lot of the crap out of the process. If you're an investor and you're trying to do deals yourself, source your own deals, you're going to encounter a lot of crap. You're going to encounter crap from sellers, crap from wholesalers, crap from title, all kinds of stuff. We really take care of that process, deliver as much of a finished product as possible. And if for whatever reason something gets held up, you walk away with your money 100% refunded and the deal is done. So we take away the guesswork. If you need financing, we bring you options of good lenders. And in the hard money world where you have these private lenders that fund investment properties, it's kind of the Wild West. You encounter good ones, you encounter bad ones. So we have relationships with good ones that we know are reliable. We know they're going to do the deal. We know they're going to give our clients a good product.
Right.
So that's who we bring to you.
Well, I need to get your contractor list, Alexandra. I'll need to send you that special. We're running a special for the contractors that want to come out to the expo. They can get in. They can get a ticket to get in to the expo for 2 days, and they can get listed on our website as whenever people are always asking us for referrals, we are finally putting them on the web. That way we can send everybody over to our website and say, let me look on the list, or here's our website. Go check it out. It'll be free to everybody, but give them some exposure and hopefully get them some business. But I know that you guys aren't going to have trouble with this, but one of the things about going to these expos or any real estate investor meeting or any kind of function for that matter, is you're networking. When you're networking with people, you are selling yourself. You are selling. Why does this person need to work with me? Why do you need to work with me instead of somebody else? Well, my answer is always, you never want to have all your eggs in one basket. You want to have multiple options with money, with realtors, with I don't even know, like everything. Like I need to have 2 contractors. I need to have 2 painters. I need to have 2 flooring guys, because lo and behold, I get a good one. I really like him and he's working out really well. And then I'm mentioning to somebody else and then they put him to work. And then I'm closing on my next property and I don't have my contractor because he's busy with somebody else's property. And so I have to have a little come to Jesus meeting that says, look, I can't refer you out to other people if you're going to just leave me high and dry. But I'm like, let's do better at communicating. Let's do better at scheduling. This is when I'm closing, and I don't like to have a property sitting empty and not being worked on. It just drives me nuts. An empty house costs you money every day that it sits empty. So that's great.
Yeah.
So we definitely need to do that. Can. I'll get that promo over to you guys because we're not posting it on the web because it's only for contractors. That I want the sheetrockers, I want the hardwood refinishing guys, the masons, the window installers, all those other trades, landscaping, cleaners, tree arborists. Is that what they're called? Arborists, yes. I think. So we want those contractors to still be able to come and enjoy networking with investors that we need you guys on our team, but it's so hard sometimes. I mean, people get so frustrated because people won't answer the phone or call them back or show up. So
Sure.
definitely needs to be talked.
Absolutely. You can never have too many contractors to get your bids and make sure that your investments moving through at the numbers that you need. And you know,
And
it's
get it
definitely
written.
good to
Get
have a
it written.
Rolodex.
Get it in writing.
Yes. Get that scope of work.
Exactly. And especially whenever you're in more than one market, that can be tedious as well. So
Absolutely. We found working in Grayson County, we had to connect with some contractors in the area that weren't having to charge travel,
yes,
charges. That really racked up the rehab bill.
yeah. We've got a great contractor that does foundation work, and he literally will arrive with his crew to give us the estimate. And if we say go ahead, he'll get started. His guys will start digging. He'll run to Lowe's and get the materials. He'll come back. They'll start installing it, and usually like they'll start in the morning and they'll finish by the evening before it gets dark. They like to be home and having dinner. Their wives got dinner cooked and they're on to the next one. They
Absolutely.
do not mess around.
That's awesome. That's who you want on your team for
Exactly.
sure.
I don't want the one that says, "Oh, I can be out there next Tuesday, a week away," and then not show up. And I never. I try not to schedule them at the same time to come and meet with me and give me a bid. I try not to do that because that's. I don't know. Some people find that a little tacky. I don't know. It's kind of like you don't have time to stay at a house and meet with one every 15 minutes. They're probably going to overlap. But I have. We were in a sticky situation. We needed to make a decision quickly, so we had them all come over. It was a huge house, a huge mess. Walk through. It's obvious what it needs. It needs everything. Give me a bid, rough estimate, and then we can talk final numbers later. And one guy showed up in flip flops and shorts, and he was a really cool guy. Talked to him for like 20 minutes, and then everybody else started showing up, and he said, "This is a bidding war. I'm out," and left. And I
Okay.
thought, wow, okay, probably didn't need to work.
Interesting.
Probably wouldn't have wanted to work with you anyway, but okay.
I
Um,
think so.
So, but we've run into ones that we'll call them on a Sunday afternoon and say, "Oh my gosh, we're at the lake. We have a hot water heater that just busted in a rental. When can you be there?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm not doing anything. I'll run right over."
Yep.
But you never know. So
It's a hit or miss.
it is as with anything with our industry. So. Okay, guys. Well, if there's nothing else you want to add, I'm going to let you guys go. And we look forward, Tyler, I look forward to meeting you in person March 3rd and 4th. And Alexandra, it was so lovely meeting you last night in person. And we will see
Likewise.
you guys at the expo.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
look forward
Meet
to
you
it.
then.
All right. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks, Karen.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.